which we do the replacement. You would have to shut the water off the meter before we even start with the service, so you don't disrupt it and stop the lead from moving any farther.
And of course, a lot of these houses have copper that is done with lead solder. And a lot of the faucets have lead in the brass. So, you know, just doing a lead water main is not going to take all the lead out. You know, basically you have to change the whole house. And, you know.
Any other discussion? Okay, Keith, I'm going to have you talk about this that you handed out to us. Also, I want to give you a heads up. Tomorrow, I'm going to call you up at the beginning of open business just to kind of discuss that Taylor has no pumps that we close. You know, just basically talk about the flooding and kind of, you know, explain how much rain we got and all that stuff. So just to kind of calm down the rumor mill, so to speak.
It happened in Lincoln Park like 20 years ago.
And there's a lot of rumors about sewage. We did not experience any sewage. We did not see any sewage. DUA had no problems. They had no backups. They handled everything that was flowing down to the system. You know, but, you know, there's feces on the ground, you know, that from your dogs and your animals that get mixed. I mean,
well, it comes up through,
stormwater is dirty. You're not going to let your child play in a ditch.
Bacteria in there.
So why would you let them play in the street?
Right.
With, you know, it's just dirty water.
Right.
But there was, we had no experience of any sewage coming from our sewer mains into that stormwater. So, and okay, so this handout, the reason I brought this is because if there's no objections by council, I would like to sign this and give this to GFL tomorrow. So because this is a cost for the extra pickup. This contract is not just unique to Taylor. He provided the same contract to Dearborn, Allen Park.
Same rate.
Same rate. This is a standard. This is their price. And I talked to Sam, and he drove through there today. We've been going back and forth since last week. He is pretty sure that he can get this, bring 10 to 12 trucks in on Saturday and get through the whole city.
So this one Saturday?
We're hoping, but you don't know what's going to be brought out as they're coming along or after he comes here. So I'm guessing this might be dwindling for a couple weeks because of insurance companies and people who are hiring construction companies to clean their basement that are unable to do it, that are backed up right now. He said he can start picking up the small stuff as they're doing some of the routes as much as he can, but the large items, they said that they have no trucks available because of the composting has started in all the communities, and they said they got all their available trucks out just doing compost because I mean, it's all coming at once.
So $200 per hour is $200 per hour per truck, is that correct?
Per truck, for 2 people per truck.
And we're talking about
10 to 12 hours maybe. He said he's going to work early till in the dark if it needs to get done every day.
Now, we will submit this also as a claim to get reimbursed for. But
So, as the state or wherever we're going to.
correct.
I think one of the things that I'd like to see is, I mean, they're saying we need to do our best to make sure the residents know that if it's out, like, see, my garbage day is Thursday, but I ran all my stuff to the dump. We need to let people know that on Thursday it may not be picked up. It might not be picked up until Saturday. So we
Well,
really need to do it.
we're going to, once we know that you guys are, yeah.
Yes.
We have a meeting tomorrow morning to finalize all the announcement or the notification process. But we didn't want to do that in advance in the event that you guys didn't like the idea that we're proposing.
And we're going to continue to operate at the compost site. We'll see next weekend. We may keep it open again next weekend since it was pretty successful this past weekend to have 2 weekends do the same thing. We filled up 5 40-yard dumpsters. And we made some money because there was, from what I understand from Ronnie, is there were several people that came in that weren't residents had to pay. So we made close to $1,000 just managed. So we paid for our overtime having those people out there for people that weren't residents.
What are the hours again for that Saturday?
I do believe we posted it. We're 8 to 4, but they give them time to get in about 9 to 4.
Yeah, I thought they said it might have been 5 though. I couldn't,
I think it was 4 o'clock.
How long was it?
We did open till 5? Okay. I remember I sent an email out. I can't remember what it said, but yeah, it was 5.
Well, I know I'm very appreciative for the city keeping that open, especially all the workers. Ronnie saw him down
Yeah,
there.
it was utilized quite a bit, so.
Because like I said, I probably filled one dumpster myself. You know, and, if anybody hasn't been down there, I love how that goose has her nest right at the top of the, Ronnie's that one right at the top of the compost or the wood chips, right on the top of the hill. It's hilarious. She sits down and looks at everybody.
Yeah, and that's,
But, yeah, as long, you know, I'm okay with this. I think it helps, you know, everybody will have to make their own decision. But
So if there's no objections, I would like to sign this and give this to Sam
Well,
tomorrow.
I think you'll need a formal approval.
Yeah,
We'll have to
tomorrow
put
We'll have to
it,
vote on it. yeah.
so if you have 10 trucks times 12 hours, call it, we'll have to figure out a not to exceed amount.
Okay, I can do that. I'm gonna go at least 12 trucks.
yeah.
so Keith, do we get an idea how many basements were affected? Do we get an idea? The SAW grant, what was that? What did the SAW grant do for us?
That was sewer, that wasn't the storm.
Okay, but we had.
That was just televising and evaluating the salt
Right,
grant.
so we got that off. But at Tim's house, it came up through his sewer.
That's probably because his house's footing drains are tied into his sewer system.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
But it came up from the sewer.
Yeah.
to that. So it's combination sewers. So those were scoped. Am I correct?
it depends. Some
Most
of them,
of them.
most of them.
So anybody, almost anybody in this city that had water in their basement, and their neighbors had water, it came from the sewer.
Not necessarily. It could come up through the sub pump.
If they have combination sewers,
If they had combination
the
sewers, yes.
majority of this city is combination sewers.
Yes.
90% of it.
Yes. But the good thing, I mean, everything that we seen was clear water. There was no solids or any sewage in there. And if the sewers were backed up, you couldn't flush your toilet without it coming up through your basement.
Absolutely.
So, yeah, and the reason for that is because their footing drains and possibly some of their gutters are tied into their sanitary
There's
sewers.
not very many gutters, but it is weeping tiles.
Right.
But it's combination sewers, almost everything in the city.
Yeah,
is
and that has to do with the, well, it depends on the area that got flooded too, if they're on a combination sewer or not. I didn't do that depth of research.
Yeah, Fairlane sub, all combination.
Is it? Okay, and we know that got hit pretty good.
Yeah.
They probably got the most stuff out there, I can see.
Pine Crest, all that area, combination sewers.
And that's probably why it backed up, because it is a combination sewer, because it's stormwater and all.
But if they didn't have no problem like doing, why did we get it in their basements?
Just a matter of the amount of flow that was inside of the line itself. It was the lines were overtaxed.
Well, wait a minute, you just, a few minutes ago, you said, do had no problem taking all that water, but yeah, we.
Yeah, but you gotta remember, even if that was a full pipe, they're only taking, I mean, it's going in there, but what's in their service line going into that main couldn't handle the amount of water going into that service line. It could have been backed up just 6 feet out from their house, coming back in, you know what I mean, and just flowing out slowly.
My water was
I mean,
clear.
the sewer system didn't have an issue.
Yeah.
Back to your first part of your question, I think we had about 120 claim forms submitted today.
Okay.
In comparison to some of the neighboring communities, they were 350 to 500.
Yeah, plus those are dumping into a county transmission sewer line that isn't
Mayor, just to know, I
combination
just
sewer.
talked to the chief who was counting, they
But-
approximately 150 when he left there.
Okay, so there may have been a few more
And
that
there was
came in.
still more
Yeah.
coming in.
This morning, when we totaled them, there was 120, and the neighboring communities had 350 to 500. So if we got some more in, they probably got some more in also. And
What I was trying to get people to understand this last week when this all happening, and they're complaining about it in the street and stuff, and I understand that's devastating, and your car gets it, but I'd rather have it in the street than in the basement. And we had 150 out of 20,000 households. So,
So, when was the actual cutoff time today? Is it still going on, or?
we'll make the announcement tomorrow. Yes, they wanted preliminary numbers by 9 a.m. this morning, so we could have a conference call at 1 p.m. They've now extended it till 10 a.m. on Friday morning. So we need all claims submitted by 10 a.m. Friday morning. Anything beyond that will be determined on a case-by-case basis.
This is at FEMA.
FEMA, correct.
That's the-
I just have, oh, sorry. I just do want to commend the girls down in the call center,
Yeah.
staff down in the call center, and then Sarah in my office. We didn't even ask Brenda, Sarah just went down and jumped in because the parking lot was insane.
Everybody thought it was the
The line,
deadline.
the final deadline.
It was, that's what they told us.
And
Oh,
it
yeah.
was, those girls handled it well down there because that was not, they weren't expecting it when they walked in, for one, and then for two,
I mean, it's hard for people to get like insurance numbers and everything together in 1 week.
Well,
That was early on, that came out, that they weren't asking for specific things on what you lost in that. I don't believe so.
They had an interview last night and they were asking every people which kind of insurance.
And that's the thing, that's on the presentation, you tell people Monday by 10
So
a.m.
you wanna like, yeah, somebody, a lot of people are freaking out.
so a couple things, this obviously isn't an insurance claim.
Right.
This is a claim with
Right,
FEMA.
right.
The other thing is that we still don't know the answer. I mean, so, we're not, I want to be careful that FEMA hasn't even determined that there's going to be any kind of claims that are accepted and processed. So right now, they're just collecting all the data. That's all we're doing at this point in time.
I probably had between $8,000 and $10,000 of loss. I didn't have any insurance whatsoever. I'm filling out the forms and I'm not holding my breath that I'll get any money. But anything I do get, I will consider that a work.